say, yes, I'm old and fat and out of shape, and I really don't care. You know, people will tell me, they told me yesterday, I kind of gave up on trying to live stream or be anything too entertaining yesterday, because it seemed like yesterday was heckler day on the old live stream. Got a bunch of aggravated hecklers. You're too old to be on the internet. Like, it's really, these comments really rude to people. Like, I didn't know that you owned. My answer to that, the funny thing was, is I came on and I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that you own the internet and you do all the regulations for the internet. I'm sorry that I offended you. I thought having a YouTube channel meant that I could do whatever I want to do. As long as I play by their rules, because they're the ones who own. I'm not wrong in this. I'm not wrong in this. So, what we're doing today, I'm looking for rooster logs. Hold on. Looking for rooster logs. Alright, hold on. I had to flip my foot in there. We got these feet. This is a temporary thing, having a lawn chair in the back up, because we had to. These dang things, I can't even take the phone off here. Hold on. We had to get to the transmission for this machine. So we cut the floor out, and this is my backhoe chair for now. That's my operator's chair right now. I had to go outside and flip my foot down. So, looking for rooster logs, and pine is the most preferable. And watch how loose this arm is on this thing, so that's where I want to tell you guys, a good operator is not always the fastest guy. I think I'm a really good operator because I try not to break this guy's equipment making logs. And I take care of his property for him, and that's why I get used to the equipment. It's not mine, I don't own it. I have my own business, but as we all know, when you're in business for yourself, businesses don't thrive unless you all take care of each other. Yeah, sorry about the camera work here. I'm not really good at this, and I'm kind of focused on moving logs more than I am on having perfect camera work. I don't want to hurt or break the machine, so that's important there. I don't know. Maybe I can point you back up here and here for a minute, and you can almost see what the heck's going on. If I could do the landscape, I would, the wider view, but it keeps telling me that I can't do that, so sawmill this guy today because I got to get good block material. I don't have any good block material. So that's my goal. Yeah, you see where that's a heavy one. And you see where it basically moved the entire machine. I'm trying not to cause problems. I might have to trim this guy down to actually move him where I want him. There's a lot of wood in this piece, but it's not real good wood, so get off there. So I don't really know how far I want to take it with this one. Yikes. I feel it tipping. That is a lot of weight there. I feel the machine wanting to tip, and so I got to get this thing down. I got to get her down to the level where she's touching. It don't have to be touching very much. I just got to get it where it's not trying to tip me over and dump me on the hillside or dump me in the lot here. I'm sorry you guys aren't seeing much, but I got to keep moving the dang camera unless I were to have a helmet cam. But then you got a phone. If I'm streaming, if I'm live streaming, I got that big old heavy phone there. Yeah, so we're trying to. Yeah, that's about as far as I want to go with having my arm pull me over. I just don't like when the backhoe tips sideways. That's my main. It doesn't scare me, but it's like I don't want it to go home. Because then if I dump this thing, that's it, you know. That's it for a lot of things. That's it for having a machine to use. That's it for having my friends' trust and faith in me anymore as an operator. All it takes is one bad time. As a machinery operator, see, there's a lot of. This is all fresh cut, very raw pine. I want to try to get it all cleaned down this week. Separate all my pieces and my logs in it. Because I need new wood. I need good wood. Like really nice wood. A lot of my older stock is running low. So we're getting to that point now where I'm trying to, it's always in the fall, where I got to take time to restock. And I like I usually wait till fall anyway, because it's a lot cooler weather. It's easier to work out here all day or night, whatever. Long days, long nights. I put in a lot more of those in the fall than any other time of year because the weather's easier to deal with day or night. See where I just moved the cab over. Alright, that's a little trick, but you gotta be careful. You see how this arm is, it's the bushings at the bottom. Gotta be a fairly good, smooth operator to do this. To work with a beat up machine like this. So I get her up and I go this way. I go that way a little bit. I lower it so my feet are still there. This is just so I can get the angle so I can grab a couple back here. I'm gonna see if I can pull myself closer to the pile, maybe get a better grip on it. And I'm doing everything slow and calculated. I'm not getting in a hurry. I'm trying not to stress the machine out more than it's willing to put out. And see, you can do this and not break your machine. This thing is ancient. This machine has been beat up and abused its whole life. But still, it's still got a lot of good left to it. We are selling it. If anybody wants to buy this, I'd sell it today for 12 grand. It's got 12 grand left in it. Everything works on it. Everything works on it. It's got leaks, but it has a lot of good to it. It's got a new differential in it. There's $5,000 right there if you go buy a new differential for this thing. Good luck finding one too. It took the owner of the machine forever to find a good differential for this machine. Even to get a used differential, you're looking at 2 or 3 grand. He got a deal on it because he's real good at that kind of thing. He did all the work. I just stood around and helped out where I could and stayed out of the way. So I want a couple of these real dry logs. I want to just try a couple of them out. And we got a nasty bee's nest over here, like huge ground hornets on that side of the pile, so I don't really want to climb up here with a chainsaw in my hands. It'd be disturbing that. I would like this piece back here. I might have to get up there and hand cut it unless I can get close enough without disturbing. Because see, the ground hornets, a machine will confuse them. They don't know where to go. The thing is until they sting you, there's no signal sent. Once one of them stings you, the attack signal is sent, and that's how the whole hive gets riled up. That's why they all come and attack you. You feel one sting, and then a couple seconds later you get 10 or 12 because they just sent the signal out, the danger signal. The guy who stung you, he was a reconnaissance sniper, or whatever you want to call him. That's how bees are wired. That's how they. That's kind of how they function. Or the hornets. They have an intelligence system just like we do. Think of hornets and wasps and bees as industrial military. Even honeybees. Honeybees are very regimented and military. They're not hippies. They're very disciplined. Honeybees do not live a work-free, stress-free life at all. They actually thrive on the opposite, I do believe. They need to have some stress. See, this one though, I'm picking at this log. It's looking like it's got a lot of junk to it. Right now, I'm wanting to deal with it here in a bit. I'm going to creep it over here to the same part of the pile where I mess around with it, cut it up into pieces a little bit. Because I might not even want it this far. You saw when I grabbed it, there was a bunch of crap falling off it. It just fell apart basically. And it's pretty deep. I'm just looking for good wood out of it. That's all I want. I just want solid workable wood out of any of these, and if I'm going to have to deal with a bunch of bugs and a bunch of other stuff. See, this is dead standing pine. This is all dead standing pine that I'm pulling now. So I just want to get it out. I'm not going to mess with it now because I just want to get it to where I can move it around and mess with it later before I get buried. I just want a couple pieces. I want to check it out. Sometimes you get dead standing wood that's in absolutely gorgeous conditions. Other times you get dead standing wood that looks good, but then it's gonna give you a lot of trouble and a lot of hassle the entire time you're trying to deal with it. So we got some larch down in there too. Which, ideally, so that's all we're going to do for today as far as logs. I'm just going to limit myself to the few that I just pulled. Because I've got a huge pile of stuff over here that I can mess with now. I've got quite a pile of, see, this is my 1 year. These are my 1 year logs. They've been here almost a year, or they came in last spring. Now they're ready for milling. Then I've got my 3 and 4 and 5 year logs are gone. I might cut one open and see what we got, but I'm not going to waste too much time on that stuff if they didn't cure good where they're at. Sometimes they cure good where they're at, sometimes they don't. These are 1 year. That's a 3 year piece, but that was massive and it came in with no bark on it to begin with, as far as I can remember. Or the bark was falling off it when it came in off the truck. So it was already past, it was already at the point where everything had settled down and it just had water weight to it. These 1 years still got quite a bit of water in them. They just lost their bark like a month or two ago. They don't have the big bugs boring into them, so I want to get them blocked out before they get too messy. So I want to leave space. Now I set everything out, I want to have space between everything. I'm just thinking for this big one. While I'm talking to you guys, I'm thinking too. So I'm not sitting here just jabbering on. I'm not just talking to you guys, I'm trying to think and strategize. I'm trying to visualize where I want everything here. Well, it's a lot of operational. I've got milling setups everywhere here at the yard, and I've got blocks of wood everywhere that I'm trying to cut and get set up. This isn't the only place that we're doing this, so. Well, sorry about that, everybody. I can't always walk around with a camera in my hand, fiddle farting around with a camera when I'm trying to gas a saw up and put oil in a saw and blow the saw out with compressed air. This live streaming, that's the only thing that's hard about it is it's not like with a GoPro where I can put a helmet on my head and just clip me on and take you with me. And here too, you sit and you look at your piles and stuff and what you got to work with. I want to grab some of that up there because that's really good rolling, timber rolling material, whatever you want to call it. That's really good stuff up there. I'm going to go for that. Wish I could get 6 or 7 all in one claw grab. That's where forks would be good because I want to get my other machine back here. It's stuck on a job right now. It's been on that job forever. I got to get my machine out of there soon. Now, I was talking about this yesterday, and a lot of people were getting really mad at me. They're like, "Will you quit bitching about everything? Yada, yada, yada." And I'm like, dude, I'm paying $4,000 for a machine that's been sitting at someone else's house for a year. I think I have a right to complain. I need it here. All of this work is a lot faster with that other machine here because I can pick up under and move stuff around with the forks. I don't have to put the feet down every time I get to a spot. No, that's not working. See, and this is kind of the pain here too. Now, if I had my other machine, I could just plop these here. It's still rolling. Sorry. Yeah, I'm paying too much attention to the camera and now I'm forgetting, losing track of everything here. I'm trying to get these pieces off of here and move them that way so then I can push them over that pile. Because this machine, you gotta move it. You only have from here to there and from here to there with the grabber. That's all that you get. You get that half circle. So I'm trying to plan out and strategize where I'm moving stuff to. And yes, I let doing the camera work, I let that distract me from what I was trying to do. And I should. Thing is, I saved spruce. I saved spruce poles. Spruce, hemlock, red pine. Larch. I save all that stuff for blocking to put other logs on. I save all that stuff for if I'm going to build a temporary structure. I want to have poles that I don't really care about. They can have dirt on them, they can have cuts in them, they can have mold. They're not ever going to be used for anything important. As far as they don't need to be in real good shape. I don't even care if I dull. If I got to dull a saw, if I got to trash a chain to cut them, I don't mind doing that because the wood, this type of wood, this spruce and hemlock and large, even cedar, if it's crap wood, it works really good for all the utility stuff that I need. So then I don't need to go and waste good firewood. Put my feet down, that would help. It's a little iffy on that chunk there, but it's almost like I want to design a backhoe that has a little sidearm that's that's like tiny. So I could just go, oh, move that piece, now I'm set. You know what I mean? That would be cool. So yeah, I use this wood because it's good for lots of uses. And it never needs to be cleaned. And it doesn't even need to be spruce or pine. It's better to have it spruce. Because spruce really lasts a long time. Is when it's dried out and dirty. Especially these smaller logs of it. You see how I'm not letting that arm stop hard? I'm keeping that arm from hitting the bumpers. Because I don't need to be real rough with it. I don't, and I'm trying not to be. That's how you keep a machine like this running. And it's every bit of $12,000 worth of meat. The guy who bought it paid a lot more, and we put a lot of work into it since we've had it. We changed hoses. He's done the filter changes. I mean, he does all the mechanical on it, really. I've only fixed stuff or helped out to fix stuff when I've broken stuff on it myself. And so far, I can say all the stuff that is broken for me, I might have been the straw that broke the camel's back, but I wasn't the reason that it broke. So I feel good about that. That keeps me happy and keeps me going. And what I'm trying to do here. So those are big spruce. Those are the bigger parts of these other guys. These are sawable, but they're kind of rotted. That's why they're over here, not down at the sawmill pile. There is a guy here with a sawmill, and he's pretty picky about his stuff. He likes the green wood. He likes to cut it green and get it stored. And I'm kind of the same way. I like to cut the wood when it's green, get it stored away. That's kind of the... See how much that arm moves? That's scary. That's kind of the unorthodox way to preserve sawmill timbers. But it's the way that a lot of us are doing it now. I just want to get these up enough so I can see where I'm driving. I'm going to see... No, I'm not going to say that. I know what you're trying to do. You're being retarded. I'm not even going to answer. I might just boot your comment because I know what you're trying to do. Not even going to go there. You guys are disgusting. Your behavior is disgusting that way. I'm just doing this so that I can get my subscriber count up and my view count up, because the people who really matter to me, who are supporting me, have been here a lot more since I've been doing live feeds. Some of you are out here just for problems, just to cause trouble, and it is pretty disgusting. I hope you're proud of yourself because you got nothing better to do. But go to a guy's channel. The guy is there minding his own business, doing his own thing, just working. You know, it's like I don't get nothing for free. I never took nothing for free, but yet you're all out there telling me this is what I got yesterday that kind of upset me for a minute. I was getting people telling me that I'm running off daddy's money and all this is daddy's money, and you guys have no idea. No idea. I actually give my father money when he needs it. If he needs it, you know. I actually do stuff for my parents to help them out. Because they're at that age where they need it. And I have no problem. I buy my parents stuff. They don't support my business. They don't pay my rent. I never asked them to begin with. I grew up poor, just like all of you did. The thing is, most of you didn't even grow up as poor as I did. Most of you are out there going to movies and entertainment, going to the gym. I don't have the time or money for that extra stuff. Even if I had time and money, I don't think I would ever have time and money for that extra luxury in my life. Going to the gym, going to the movies, that's all extra. That's stuff, it's unnecessary stuff that a lot of people do. We've had a lot of these same people, oh, we're poor, go boo-hoo, we have no money. Why you got no money? You just went to the movies and spent $40 on popcorn and a drink and a pack of Skittles. And then you spent $60 on movie tickets. That has never been. I mean, there's been once or twice, and it was when I was married and when it was her thing. She liked to go to the movies. I always fell asleep at the movies. And no movie, I never went to a movie that was like, wow, dude, that was life-changing. That was so cathartic. Like, I felt the opposite. I never liked movies. I mean, there's every now and then, you know, in life, like the occasional, like, okay, it's a friend's movie, it's a movie that a friend was in, or, you know, it's a movie that somebody I worked with, somebody was in. So yeah, we're gonna go, because that's gonna be something to talk about when you see that person, or when you see that person's friend, or your friend's like, oh yeah, you know that person, oh yeah, that's cool, you know. But it's never been a priority in my life to have a nice car, like a fancy BMW thing or whatever. And people you got your priorities all messed up. I'd rather have a big old backhoe than I would a fancy car. But then people sit there and say, oh, you're rich, oh, you have it all given to you, you have it all handed to you, you don't do anything for it. You're probably driving a Mercedes or a Porsche or something. Dude, I got both of my cars are like 20 years old. So I think you guys just need to lay off. You can judge however you want, but it's like my one friend says, who owns all this is all his stuff. Like I said, I'm here. I'm here at his place, running his equipment, able to use his equipment for my things, and I take care of his property. That's why I'm here. None of this is mine. I don't own any of this. It's all rented. It's all borrowed. He's helping me out. It's not Daddy's money, it's one of my friend's money. He's got the big business. He's got the big company. With all the employees. And all the trucks and all the other machinery. I just take care of his wood yard for him. Alright, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to report your comment. Yeah, when you guys start shit like that, I'm gonna just boot you. That comment's gone. I hope everybody's having a good day. I'm trying to have one, but here on the old internet land, you get a bunch of idiots and a bunch of people trying to start crap. They're trying to get me to say stuff that I don't want to say. So they can use it for AI or whatever the hell you want to use it for. I don't know what kind of games you guys are into, but I think it's really stupid and childish and low class. You should be ashamed of yourselves for such behavior. Yeah, we're not going to do it on this side. I'm going to try to pull that guy out of here, though. It's causing a disturbance in the forest. If you guys are trying to get people in trouble for shit, you got to go somewhere else. I'm personally, this is what happened yesterday. Was I started speaking my mind about how the audience treats us as content creators, like we're worthless. We're just here for you to poke fun at, make fun of. And I think that's the most ridiculous thing in the world. It's like you guys are a bunch of little kids with your fat fingers poking in the cage. And then you get bit and you cry about it. Well, I made that comment yesterday, and man, I started a shitstorm. I had people so pissed off, watching me complaining, yelling at me in the comments, saying all kinds of stuff. I was like, so that's what it gets? That's how you get a comment section going? Because people will not, normally, most people will not. They won't just sit and have a conversation with you unless they can make you look bad. And that's really too bad that we're geared that way as a society. As an organism on the face of this planet, that's our intent. That's how we function. We function based on dysfunction. I mean, it is what it is. I call it, I take it at face value, guys. If you're going to act this way, then that's how I'm going to perceive it. You know what I mean? That's only fair, right? Yeah, I guess I'll take those later. I mean, I don't think you're being very fair to me when you say the things that you do, the stupid comments. You come on my channel and cause, you're causing a disruption. You know you're being obnoxious. You know you're being annoying. People do it. It's like with family too. I got family who they'll do anything they want to do to annoy the hell out of you, but the minute they're upset at you or annoyed with you, it becomes a big, huge deal. I don't even so much fun to soak into all this. I can't spend any more on it for a while. And actually make money back. It's like you keep filling the toy box with toys. Nobody ever plays with these. Well, that one day when they're worth a lot, then you sell them. Or you give them all away, and the neighbors are having a free for all with all your free stuff that your mom just set out on the sidewalk and not telling you. Oh, you don't need all this. We'll get rid of all this. Oh my God. You know how many times I want to tell my parents and my teachers, remember when you grabbed all those football cards and threw them in the trash can? I had an O.J. Simpson in that bag. You know how much that card's worth now? Or I had, you know, like, I remember toys that I had that got wrecked or stolen or chewed on by the dog or whatever. Stuff that's worth big money now. If I still had it intact. It's funny to me that you all would pay. I want you out of there. It's funny to me that you all will pay $3 or $4 grand for a pair of Nike shoes. But yet, you'll tell me that I'm greedy and materialistic because I work hard to make products and sell products, and that's what I put my money into. That's funny priorities. So it's okay to be stingy and materialistic. It's okay to kill each other for a pair of Nikes, but it's not okay for me. I just want to be out here in nature, making good money, running big machines, moving logs around, not bothering anybody. That's not okay. I'm the bad guy for that. Right? Because that's how we become. Our society is geared that way. Where, oh, there's something wrong with that guy. He's a quiet guy. He minds his own business. Like I said, I'm not good at the YouTube thing, and I don't really try to be. I don't really care to be. I just do it because you guys are here. Give a view as a view. You can say whatever you want to say. I don't even pay attention to half the shit you guys say. So I'm just trying to get close enough so I'm not pinned on this log. And I can grab far enough back the other one before I gotta move again. I know you guys are sitting there thinking, oh, I can do this guy doesn't know anything, this guy's an idiot, blah blah blah. Well, let's see your videos. I mean, I make the videos because I have all of this in my disposal. I don't know any of it. It's not mine. trying to move anything with this thing because it's so hard to move around with it. It's very limited. But it's better than having nothing. You can do a lot of work with it. How long would it take you to move these logs by hand? Or if you had to use a winch? I mean, I'd be using a winch and a tractor, like a little garden tractor. I used to move logs like this with my pickup truck and a winch. Or I'd get a little garden tractor. That's where you learn about pulley systems and the only way you learn is through adversity sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta defeat the odds and get the job done. I mean, yeah, I'm spoiled now. But none of this is mine. I don't own any of this. It's all my friend's stuff. See, the funny thing is, yeah, see, there's stupid comments here today. That's nothing but stupid comments. Thanks, guys. Nice to see. Nice to see. It's every holiday weekend. Every holiday weekend, everybody's mad because they got some paid vacation time. They gotta go on people's channels and insult the hell out of them. Nice to see. You guys are great. You're the greatest ever. But unfortunately for you, yeah, that's the only thing you can say because you're scared. Man, whatever. You're funny. You're being funny. Everybody's paying attention to you now on my channel. You did it. You got all the attention now. I think the only dumbass is you. If you're going to call me a dumbass, I'm going to call you a dumbass back. That's only fair, right? To you and me. If you're gonna be a jerk, cry. You're crying about me. I didn't ask you for anything. That's what all these guys do. They provoke. They gotta find negatives in everything. They gotta find a way to be negative. Oh, he's bitching now. I made a bitch. Yeah. That's what I'm doing. I'm bitching. I just don't understand the childishness. Yes, I made a dumb mistake. And I know that it makes you jealous to see people working what they have in life. I don't get any of this for free. I rent it. I pay rent. I take care of the guy's property for him. I mean, how sad is your life? See, the thing is I could go, the minute I go on the internet and I have anything to say about how people act, or I'm like, well, if I make a negative comment, it's a joke, and I'm like, well, that's how everybody else talks here, they're all going to be like, oh, so Be like everybody else. Don't be your own individual. Like, we have such an antagonistic nature. You can't keep your mouth shut. You gotta say something negative. Nice to see you had to come here and say it. I just knew I would respond. I was talking about that earlier. And we get those guys who don't do anything in life, and then they're going to come on other people's channels and just be fancy about it. So what I might do here, yeah, I'm going to pull these out this way, because nobody needs to get in here. There's a lot of haters watching today. Nice. Glad I could be here for you all. Never met me a day into my life or your life. Never met me in person. We've never had a conversation about anything. But yet you act like you know me so well, and you can just come at me out of nowhere. People are just, is it AI? Is that how AI is being programmed now? I don't really understand that. It's like I said, you guys, have you seen the movie Idiocracy? You guys seen that movie where the best description I ever heard of it was, the funny thing about that movie is the planet's covered in trash and everybody's retarded and angry all the time. Like everybody in the movie is aggressively angry about everything. Out of nowhere, just pissed off, just annoyed all the time. You know, and I've about had it. I've kind of had it with the whole thing of being agitated and all worked up over bullcrap and nothing. I'm tired of even talking to people anymore. I get yelled at, kicked around, and pushed around by people all the time who have no reason at all to be mean to me. Like, I have nothing to do with them. I get mistreated by people all the time. I get yelled at by people all the time. I just get tired of it. I get yelled at by my own family a lot of times for no reason. Just because they're agitated with shit. I don't want to stick around for it. I don't have any reason to stick around for it. It's all silliness to me. They're always mad about something. Something and it's always my fault, so I figure why even bother anymore? I don't have any friends or family to hang out with anymore. Nobody's ever happy when I go over. They all want you to visit, but they all want to sit and be miserable about shit. They all want to ignore you and play on the phones when you're sitting there waiting to have a conversation. And they get mad because you're talking. I got better things to do. I'll go be alone. I can get the same shitty treatment from a bunch of strangers off YouTube. At least being here, being treated like crap, I might actually get paid for this someday. Alright, so I got the clean wood. Yeah, with this backhoe, it takes a bit of time and work. It's a lot better than not having it though. I don't know, what are we doing here? It just go away then, you idiot. If you're gonna sit on somebody else's channel and just be like you're like a little child. What's the point? Nobody cares about you or wants to hear from you at all. I mean, I don't really understand if you're here giving thumbs down and showing little emoji picture-y things of turds, and if you're upset by what I'm doing on my own channel, you can go and watch somebody else's channel. If your entertainment is just to put other people down and get a reaction, well, okay, fine, you got a reaction, but it's easy to just do this. It's easy to just do that. Because nobody wants to see you acting like a little baby child, and you are. You're being very childish, very disruptive. So, once we got rid of that guy, we got this here. There's a big old check in the limb here from weakness. This one looks pretty good, but it looks like it might have some mold stuff in it. There's some wind shake there. So we're gonna try to, yeah, I don't know if I want to use this for anything besides milling, because it's got a big old sap run and inclusion there. That's bark. Cracks all over. You see where it's been cracking from where it dried. It's not a real good piece of wood. All right, you can say dumbass because I frickin' dumbassed my saw twice. I dropped the log near it, thought I hit it, thought I crushed it. I possibly could have, I don't know. I don't think I did. Yeah, pretty much almost wrecked my whole day just with one dumb move. So I'm just trying to decide what I want to do with these, because I need, boom, I could split that guy. Could make a block beam out of this and then split it down the middle. I'd have a bunch of inventory for that, from that. Could be a big bear, but all the outside wood is total garbage. You're not going to start getting good wood until you get about into here. So now there's only like 10 inches really. And even there's shake. There's a completely bad spot near the heart of the tree where it got stressed out. But yeah, I want to start cutting stuff out. These I'm going to mostly just use as is, I guess. These I make roosters out of. I make the tails off of any knots. I like to have that stuff on hand, stored away. Yeah. So I see that my channel sucks and nobody likes me because there's not a lot of people saying much. Like, oh yeah, it's pretty cool. I saw you carving a big bear over there. You know, if I was just doing that, I bet I'd be getting lots of likes and lots of views, but that's not what we're doing today. I'm thinking, do I want to try to get any block material out of this? Because if I block this out past the heartwood, I mean, it's usable in this shape. That's the thing. If I do it now, if I were to take it now, see, this is plenty of wood here for those small sitting bears that I make. And I can do it per piece. I mean, I can block them out per piece. I can just say, oh, there's, you know, take a 16-inch cutting. If I just take a 16-inch cutting off a log and then section it out, then I can say, okay, well, that's what I'm going to use that guy for, you know. And like this one here, you see the heart is in a different place from one end to the other. This is a little higher towards center here. I don't know, maybe I should just stop live streaming and caring about what other people want to see or what other people want to think about me or anything like that, because it seems like the only thing that we're any good for out here anymore is for people to have something to poke fun at and make fun of and be insulting toward, and that's just how we've gotten in our society. We're all geared toward that now. It's like I was saying, that movie Idiocracy, where everybody's agitated and retarded and the world's built on mountains of trash. It's what we're becoming. Your guys' behavior is pretty exemplary of that. That's, you know, that's all I've got to go on is I turn the thing on, I start a video, and then you guys start acting however you want to act. I had other things that I wanted to talk about today, better things. I'm trying to flip. I had better things that I wanted to talk about today. Uh, yeah, I'm not getting real good camera angles here, sorry. Not the expert of this garbage. So I'm going to try to focus on those better things and come back in a minute and talk about those. Oh, I think we did hit the saw. All right, so I have one idea, but I think because of that idea, I just found my answer. What I wanted to do here, you see it looks healthy, but it's not. I can tell it's not, even without flipping this. Once you flip it, you're gonna see everything. This is what's gonna happen when she dries out, and it's just gonna keep magnifying. So if this were the top of the log and I used it for the face of the bear, say I'm gonna make a big bear out of this, I still could. This could be the head. This area could be the head. I can plan this out. I can see where my heartwood is. Judged on, I can match this up to the shape of the log. This was on that far side, right? And all I gotta do here is look at, there's a little knot there. So this is opposite of that. So all I gotta do is match that up, let this dry out, because I'm thinking I could make a big bear out of this. Big bears are popular around here. They do sell. It's money. It's a roadside attraction. People see them, they stop. Yada yada. You got a lot of big bears? Okay. Well, that's gonna pay for my machine. Now, big old huge stress crack, natural. Part of the trees, you know, where the Y was here, a lot of stress here from that. That's a big old crack. That's just gonna dry out and get worse and worse and worse. It's fine. I don't know if I'm gonna wanna deal with it. You see all this here, that's where the tree was gathering, trying to grow rapidly to catch up with the stress. You see it's smaller here, it's growing slower over here, or less nutrients. There's going to be more rot there. This is just pure sap. This is what we call fat wood. Real pain in the ass to carve. Real pain in the ass to deal with after you carve it. And I'm only trying to see what's inside the rest of the log, whether I just want to section it out. Because see, if I just section it out, block it out, I can get some good pieces out of this still. But if they're all like this, I don't want them. I don't want to even deal with them inside. See, the only saving grace of this is here. You don't see a lot of sapwood. You do see it here and there, like around the knot. There's sapwood. That's going to be fat wood. It's going to be hard to cut, hard to dry, everything is going to be tougher to deal with if it's full of sap. That's glowing evidence of problems to come with that piece. I may still do it. Rooster log, right? I can get 2 out of this one. There's a good, because I use this part sticking out as strength for the bird's tail. The rest of it, I don't even want to get all yucky. Like, yeah, I'm being picky today. Being a little wussy. The rest of it, I don't know if I'm going to get enough bulk, because the rooster would be to about here comfortably, and that's all that I got left to work on for the bears. None of this has any knots in it to use for rooster tails, so yeah, I can try to get some decent blocks out of this for bears. Here, decent blocks. I might just cut these up piece for piece and chunk them out and just go as I go. This here is definitely gonna be, I'm definitely gonna mill this stuff. I don't think I'm gonna use this for a rooster piece. I might. The problem is, if I do that, I don't have a lot of, because see, this is our good bear wood here. This would be our good block wood. even maybe that, but it's still got sap here, heavy. Got a lot of sap right there, heavy, which is gonna, when I cut into that, that might cause me complications. I'm probably just gonna, I mean, based on what else is here, I'm probably just gonna take that as one piece for a rooster, because the roosters are popular. You need nice pieces for them, and you need pieces that sit and dry for a while for them. I mean, this stuff's gonna be cut and thrown in the barn or wherever. Undercover this time though. I gotta get it hermetically sealed so that it just cures. It just cures by temperature. It doesn't have wind blasting it. It doesn't have rain coming in. It doesn't have any issues curing slowly. So yeah, a lot of thoughts, a lot of things to think about. I got plenty of what I was talking about earlier. I got plenty of last year's wood. To cut up. I know that's going to be usable. It's not my favorite, because the thing is, once you get in a piece of wood like that that's been sitting around, the bark's falling off it. See, here's a piece that I started cutting last year and I never finished it. I should have finished it, because now it sat out, and now it's all right, but you see there's some spalting in it. I'm probably going to, I should cut this one up today and get it in the barn, because this block here, that's bare material. That's what, we'll get that. I'm just trying to decide what to do, what to get in the barn today. These here, that's not bad, but there's an awful run in it. Awful lot of bad wood there. So I'm trying to make a big block. It's nice and square so I can stack it. See, this is just crap. This is a lot of what we get here. A lot of these trees are cut because they're sick. They're sick and dying. They're coming down. And see, this guy came here with the bark falling off. This came in last year. Came in with all these others last year with the bark falling off. Not looking too bad. Well, I finally got to starting to cut this one, and I might have some usable wood by the time I'm done with it, but it's an awful lot to cut out. I'm only seeing to there is really good. And this is the middle of the tree. I'm trying to cut the heart out because heartwood cracks real bad. I could put the heart at the end here. And I'm gonna trim this way, or I'm just gonna bring it in and use it as is. It's plenty. I think there's plenty of good wood in here, front to back, side to side. The only reason I might want to mill this down one more scale, like one more level on either side, is because I don't need these that big. I don't ship anything. I don't want to ship anything over 12 by 12. I don't even like going 12 by 12. If I can go 10 by 10s, I will ship 10 by 10. So you make everything small enough. So I want to scale this probably this way. At least a thick block. And then if I want to mill these down later, I can. But thick, I'm learning that I'm teaching myself. I'm getting the hang of this as I learn on my own. If I can scale them down into thick enough material that later on I can come back and put a milling attachment onto, then so I can mill that guy like half a thickness down again. You know what I mean? If I want it that thin, or I can mill it this way for runners or stickers. I can do anything with it at this point. So just trying to make less steps. It's not about saving wood. We got plenty of wood everywhere here. This is one pile. One behind that pile over there. There's a whole nother. That's a whole other part of the yard. Over all that. That's across the ditch. Mountains of wood. There's more than enough wood around here to do what I need to do. I need to be efficient about it and make the best moves. That's why I walk around a lot looking at stuff, because there's a lot of times where I'm like, just go, and I'll just start tearing into stuff, and a whole day goes by and I might have gotten 2 cuts by the end of the day. There's another big pile. There's more. This is the sawmill stuff, but there's just piles of wood everywhere. This is another, this is my stash over here. When they pulled it, they saved it for me. This is another one of last year's logs. You see how big it is compared to my shadow. Well, I got to start doing something with it before it goes really bad. It's still got enough moisture and sap in it that it's workable. Probably could use this guy for a big bear. Yeah, I could cut it, get a big bear out of it, and still get a lot of nice wood out of it. There's a lot of nice wood in that one. But you see, it's already starting to. So we got to get over here and start doing something with these guys before they just go to complete garbage. So there's no shortage. There's no shortage of enough stuff for me to work with. That's not the issue. The issue is the time management, being efficient. See, there's pine over there too that's been sitting there a while. I think that's shot, but that's been up for grabs. I did get some slabs out of the other part of that same tree. And I think I made a big bear out of one of these too. There was a bunch of these. This was a massive tree. And you see there's other parts of it underneath. We had 5 or 6 of these huge pieces like this. Maybe more. Yeah, I made a big bear out of one of these. I started slabbing it. These have been here the longest. And this tree was enormous. It might have been 2 trees, but you see, it's just a matter of picking and pulling, time management. That's all one tree back in there. Just the trunk. But there's just wood everywhere. So it's just about being efficient, making the right decisions, making the right moves, not wasting too much time cutting. I'd rather walk around, waste time walking around, looking at the wood, thinking about it, than running gas, and then an hour or 2 later you look up and you go, oh, that was a waste. You know what I mean? So this is a nice piece here. This looks like that almost looks like locust bark, but I thought this was, can you tell me what that is? Nice piece of wood. The guy with the mill cut it out, and then nobody wanted it. So guess what's gonna happen here? I think I'm gonna come, because I don't think he wanted it because of this. But I think I can come down. I think it's spruce. The monster piece. Beautiful piece. Still could get a lot out of it. It's too bad that they trashed it over here. I'm gonna pull it out. So I'm probably gonna do that today. I'm gonna try to get that without damaging it or dinging it up too much. I don't know, it's kind of weird, guys. It's like I was only getting good viewers, like good comments, good response. I was only getting positive energy last week from a ton of people, a lot of people. Seems like this week I've got less views, and everybody who's here is just here to just make noise, or I don't know. What are you here for? Why are you saying why are you commenting? Like, you're not interested in any of this or what I'm doing. You're only interested in insulting people and talking bad to people. So, why are you even here? You're that unhappy with your life, where you gotta just be negative, be sour about everything. The other people who are here, it doesn't seem like you're interested in what I'm doing at all, or you even know what I'm doing. It seems like you're just here to see, to be seen. I don't know if you're AI or if you're actually real people. I don't know anymore. I think YouTube is one of the weirdest things ever, that we do videos. I thought it was really cool at first. We do videos, you guys watch, and we get paid for you guys watching, and we get to do stuff that we like doing. You know, those of us who work in life, we should be rewarded with an, you know, if we need an audience to help us pay for our stuff, we should get that. If you guys want to get paid for stuff, go out and work for it. YouTube is work. You think it's not work, you think you're gonna make $1 million. This is the inside, this is the shop, this is where everything happens. See, I'm cutting blocks and getting bears. So I may start this one over because it was nothing but negative Nancy's here today. We were gonna talk about cool stuff, but all the Nancy's and all the weirdos showing up, it seems like nothing but weirdos and negative Nancy's today. That's all I've got, and I haven't had anybody like, oh, hey, hi, buddy, how's it going? You know, good to see you're out. Yeah, we're all just enjoying the weekend. It's like you're all agitated. You're all angry about stuff. Oh, there's finally a nice comment. I don't know anything about, you're sending me shit in Arabic, dude. You hear what I'm saying? I'm not speaking a word of Arabic. You think I know any? Like, I can't read none of that. I'm not even gonna bother. Here's a good one. All right, somebody finally came in, being cool. Freddie T, what would you do if Bigfoot just popped up? I don't know. What would you do? We get wild animals that just pop up, and I'm not scared of them. They're actually more scared of us than we are of them. Around here, they're just cool. They're chilling. They're passing through. It's good. It's a good, quiet hunting territory, just off a highway. They like it here because I mow the place. I keep it clean for them. They like junkyards, but they like open areas, like mowed yards and stuff that are isolated where there's not a lot of activity. They can hunt back here. Nobody bothers them. I leave them alone. I don't have any interest in them. There's been times where I've been back here too, and I wish I got it on film. It was one of the coolest things ever. I'm sitting there, just like I am now, and I'm looking down at my phone, and all of a sudden this little baby deer fawn, like little tiny Bambi looking thing, it was charging toward me. I mean, it was running fast, and it came right up to me and stood there. I mean, it was literally as far away from you guys as my phone is from me right now. Like, she just stood there and stared at me. She came booking up to me. I don't know what she was doing. She thought I was its mother because I was sitting there quietly. Deer don't have very good eyesight. But it was the funniest thing. It came running right up to me, and it was maybe a foot away from me, and it just stood there and stared at me. And I'm like, this little tiny deer. So if Bigfoot showed up here, first off, I'd have to question if it was even a real Bigfoot, because this isn't a really remote area. It's not like we're out in nature's glory here. We're on the side of a highway. I don't know. Well, I thought I would do something fun for everybody, bring you on the backhoe with me. I picked up logs, but I got nothing but insults and stupid comments from people. So we're trying. We'll see what this one gets.